What is up, lads? How's it going? How are you getting on? And welcome back to the channel. One of the best double game weeks in my history of FPL came to an end last night, so it's now time to start planning ahead. In this video, we'll be looking at how I fared out in double game week 29, along my transfer plans and team selection ahead of game week 30. 9 game weeks to go, let's get into it. We start the double game week off with Kepa, who came away with 8 points over his 2 games. It didn't start off great, having conceded twice at home to Villa, but thankfully the Liverpool game was a snooze fest, and Kepa came away with a clean sheet and a save point. Moving on to the defence, there were some great returns with Trippier, Estepinian and Chilwell, all returning well over the double. Trippier was a star man as he got a clean sheet and an assist against United for a 14-point haul over the 2 games. Chilwell and Estepinian were able to pick up a clean sheet each themselves over the 2 games, and Chilwell even managed to grab 3 bonus points against Liverpool. The only letdown in defence was Luke Shaw, who was subbed early against Brentford with a hamstring injury. He had already picked up a yellow, and after conceding 2 against Newcastle in the first game, he only came away with a 1-point return. 39 points from the defence was a massive start to the double game week, and there was more points to come. It was the same case in midfield, with 3 out of my 4 midfielders all returning well over their 2 games. The Brighton boys continued to impress, with March getting an assist against Brentford, and Matoma scoring and assisting over the 2 games. It was a disappointing start to the captaincy, with Rashford non-existent against Newcastle, but thankfully he was on hand to score the only goal for United last night to bring home 24 points from the armband. It was a toss-up between Rashford and Matoma, and with a 2-point difference, I can't be too disappointed. Rashford's captaincy haul now brings me to 22 successful captaincy picks out of 28. Unfortunately, the punt on Maddison didn't pay off as he wasn't able to return, but 50 points from my midfield was definitely a welcomed return. Moving up front, Tony and Watkins combined for 3 goals and a double-digit haul each, for 28 points from the 2 front men. Watkins has now registered a return in 9 out of his 10 last games, and he's definitely a new man under Unai Emery. It also means getting rid of Haaland for Watkins was the correct decision, and I'm now up 23 points as a result. Ivan Toney failed to pick up a yellow card, so he's definitely giving me a headache on how to get Haaland back into the team. Turning our focus to the bench boost, it was definitely a successful return with a massive 25 points from the 4 bench players. Things didn't start off great Saturday morning after the deadline, with the rumour Saka had fallen ill, and these rumours proved to be true with him named on the bench against Leeds. It was typical fashion that Arsenal won a penalty with Saka on the bench. I'd better look elsewhere, with Ray conceding 3 times against Brighton, but he still managed to come away with 2 bonus points after making 11 saves. Botman's clean sheet against United proved to be a better return for my rank compared to a Rashford return, but unfortunately West Ham wiped out their clean sheet last night, so he came away with 9 points over the double. To finish it off, Harry Kane stepped up from the spot to come away with 7 points on Monday evening. 3 out of 4 of my bench players returning was definitely more than I'd hoped for, so the bench boost was definitely a great success. All of these returns led to me scoring 142 points for the game week, and I'm now sitting at 75k overall. It's great to get inside the top 100k, and now my next target will be 50k. I still have a free hit to play left also, so the top 10k dream is still on. With the game week 30 deadline fast approaching, let's have a look at my potential moves ahead of Saturday morning. With the news that Haaland is back in training, he's my top priority to transfer back into the team this week. Tony has returned well over the last few weeks, but when I compare him to Watkins and Kane, it means he's the one that will have to make way. He's also on 9 yellow cards, so if he does pick up 1 more, he'll miss 2 games, so it's a sensible option to move him on. Luke Shaw is also a doubt ahead of the early kickoff on Saturday, after coming off with a hamstring injury against Brentford. I'll be waiting for news in the press conference on Friday, but it doesn't sound great for a Shaw start at the weekend. Looking at goal scorer odds this weekend, with Haaland back in training, there's no surprise he leads the line. Rashford is a close second, and it's good news for my other strikers Kane and Watkins as they rank in the top 8. Moving on to clean sheet odds, City topped the charts against one of the worst teams in the league, with their away fixture against Southampton. I'll be hoping Shaw will be fit to play with United ranking second, but if it looked like he'll miss out, I'll be doubling up on my Newcastle defenders. It's also good news as a Kepa and Chilwell owner, as Chelsea ranked 4th for a clean sheet with their fixture away to Wolves. Looking at predicted points for the week, Haaland leads the line with a 7.6 point respected return from the big Norwegian. Rashford is a close second in the early kick-off against Everton, and De Bruyne completes the top 3. I'm glad to see Maddison making the list, and I'll be hoping for a return against Bournemouth this weekend after a disappointing blank over the double game week. Haaland is looking very likely to make his way back into the team, so here's how my potential lineup is looking ahead of Saturday's deadline. Kepa in goals, Chilwell, Trippier and Shaw in defence, Matoma, Saka, Maddison and Rashford in midfield, and Watkins, Haaland and Kane up front. If Shaw is set to miss out this weekend, I'll be moving Botman into the starting 11, as I think Spurs will score against Brighton at the weekend, so Estepinian will stay on the bench. Looking at captaincy this weekend, with Haaland back in training, I can't look past him for the armband. I'll be waiting to see what Pep says in the press conference on Friday, but if it looks to be good news for Haaland, I'll definitely be giving him the armband. I do expect him to only play 60 to 70 minutes, with City playing in the Champions League midweek, but he can easily get the job done and return well against one of the worst teams in the league. As mentioned earlier in the video, I'll be waiting until the press conference on Friday before I lock in my moves. Don't forget to follow me at FPL Era on Twitter and Instagram, where I'll post my locked in team before the deadline. If you've made it to the end of the video, please give it a like, drop a comment below and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Let's hit a like goal of 50 likes on this video. I'll see you all on Saturday morning for a deadline stream. There you have it, there's my GW30 team. Best of luck for GW30, I'll see you in the next video.